year. What's good, y'all? Welcome to another recording episode of DTYDT, Deeper Than You Don't Think. Alright. On today, Olan. Yeah. So, on today, I'm gonna keep it a little short. The topic is gonna be, or it's just a question we should pose to ourselves. Are we open to receive? Right? Like when it comes to help, or we're seeking some type of knowledge or understanding, or we seeking change. In a lot of cases, we should be asking ourselves, are we open to receive? So, teachers of our lives, right? Teachers of our lives can be problems, issues, dislikes, things that make us uncomfortable, uncomfortabilities. Most of our issues and problems in our lives, we are the solution, but we don't think that way. And since we don't think that way, we don't believe we are the answers to most of our problems or most of the issues that we see in our lives or the uncomfortable situations that we experience in our own individual lives. We don't believe that because we don't think that we are the answers to our solutions. We only look at the problems, and a good amount of the times, that's all we know how to identify. Mostly the problems, what's wrong, the issues, what needs to be fixed, instead of looking at what can be fixed, or instead of looking at, and not just the glass half full, but what is it redirecting us to look at in our lives? If we take time to study our pain points, we'll start to look forward to getting solutions, to gaining solutions, to finding solutions. If we take time to study our pain points, we'll start to look for and find solutions. So it's important, imperative to identify the things that we dislike in our lives, the pain points, our struggles. Identify those things and work through to see where have we been missing the opportunities to get the information to actually get ourselves out of these situations or improve our situations. So if we take time to study our pain points, we'll start to look for and find solutions. The solutions are all around us if we really pay attention. And then to take action and apply what we've learned. So after gaining the knowledge and understanding from studying our pain points, the struggles, the discomforts, we analyze those things and we get into why, we get down to the root. We'll start to learn more about ourselves, and we'll actually look more for ways to actually get through these things, and not just get through these things, but actually prevent ourselves from being back there again. But if we haven't learned, or if we don't learn, and this is just me from my personal experience, if I'm not learning from something, it's either I haven't been hurt enough, or it didn't make me suffer enough. Because if it did, I'll be looking for a way out, or I'm looking for a way to never be back in that position again, or not to be dealing with that again. So it's important to take action after gaining what we have learned. For instance, sometimes we can be in the area of the information that we need and not be open to receive it. Meaning we can be around people that have the information that we need. In times when we are so caught up on other things or distracted, we tend to not know what we're looking for, or tend to not know that the answers that we are looking for is right under our nose. No pun intended. And like I said, I'm speaking to myself as well, because there be times where I overlook certain things in the sense of there's more valuable information around where I'm at. And not just where I'm at, the things that I'm involved in. And sometimes it be so, it's like a minor, it's like a lot of the times, sometimes too, it could be like details, minor details that we overlook that we may overlook that's not important, or it may seem to be not important, but they do be important. Due to the giver of the information, or how we may feel towards them, or the attitude or tone that the information is given in, sometimes when we pay attention to those aspects of it, we won't be open to receive. So depending on the giver of the information, depending how we feel towards them or not, and it could be like if we know them, or if they are a stranger to us, or if we've heard things of them, good or bad, we tend to not pay attention to the information, or we tend to let things go over our head because of how we may feel towards someone. So even though we may not like the tone or the person or wherever it's coming from, we still have to pay attention to what's the information being given. This is why listening for understanding is important. Finding understanding will sometimes require to do due diligence, or in other words, research for yourself. So you would know, or it can better, or to better equip yourself to know if the information you need can help or not. Also, it's always a good way to check your sources for the value of the information. So wherever you get information from, or who or whatever it is helping you, you need to know the value of the source. What's the outcome or chances of you succeeding or reaching your goal using the information from this source or this said person? Also, and also you'll have to compare the information to your individual situation. I know a lot of us are different when it comes to that. Reason why information is a key factor, why I keep talking about information as part of are we open to receive? The reason why information is a key factor, remember I said we are the solution to most of our problems, issues, and dislikes. So information is one of our main help, especially for most of us who don't like to ask for help. And for me, I figured why I don't like to ask for certain kind of help because it's not the physical help. I didn't know what's information that I needed. I didn't know what information I needed. So that was very difficult accepting and taking help and being in in a mood of appreciating the help in that time. So we don't get caught up in the help we think we need or want because we might already be getting the help that we need. I'm gonna say that again. So we don't want to get caught up in the help we think we want or need because we might already be getting the help we need. The kind of help we think we need can sometimes be more of a temporary fix than the help we felt like wasn't any help at all. The kind of help we think we need can sometimes be more of a temporary fix than the help we felt like like it wasn't help at all. So it may not feel like help. Maybe we wanted to get babied or wanted our hand held, but coming to different stages of our lives, a lot of us have to handle a lot of things and not on our own, but with the information and the sources that we do go to or we do come up with. We have to be more open to not having our hand held. Because when those sources are not there after, or people are not there to hold our hands, then what are we going to do? Are we going to just not make a move? So, again, do research if it's necessary. And if you don't know if you should do research, you should. Because is us who's going to be applying these things. So, doing research on things that we do want to apply to our lives when it comes to discipline, bettering our lives, making changes. We got to make sure we do our due diligence and do the research. And lastly, just to have the information isn't enough. We still have to actively practice and apply consistently for results. I know we start, for a good amount of us, we start these new journeys and these new practices looking to break habits, and a week or two in, and it'd be great. Then there'll be a lot of things in our schedule that takes up the time where we aren't able to stay consistent practicing whatever we learned or practicing this new schedule or whatever it is that we are looking to apply. And then we turn around and we say it doesn't work. But we have to keep trying things long enough to actually see it succeed. There's a story of the Chinese bamboo, I believe. I think it's about 7 to 9 years before it actually sprout, like, out of the ground. So that means you have to keep watering that. And there's other plants as well you have to water at different times. You have to water for a certain amount of time while it's growing. So whatever it is you're looking to apply to your life, to your habits, what you're looking to trying to change or in the process of changing, not only is going to take time, you're going to have to actively stay consistent in readjusting. So having the information is not enough. We still have to actively practice and apply consistently for results with the right attitude. Like I said, we can't just go 1, 2 weeks into it and then say, "Oh, isn't working." That's not the right attitude. We didn't have consistent. We have to go back and see what didn't work, what we couldn't stay consistent with, and why not, and how can we improve on this so we could jump back in the next day and say, "All right, this is how this is working." I hope that makes sense. All right. So those who think those who think he can't and those who thinks he can, both are usually right. So hopefully you were helped by this. While I was speaking, if there was someone you thought of or a situation that you thought of while I was speaking, make sure you share this with that person. If this helped you and you think it could help someone else, make sure you share that to them as well. Make sure you guys drop a like, you share, you can comment if you have any questions, you can ask questions if you want. With that being said, I'll catch y'all on the next one, all right? Peace.